So when factorizing using greatest common factor, we always want to find the greatest common factor within the expression. So for example, if I have 4x plus 12, the greatest common factor between 4x and 12 is 4, because that's the highest common factor that both of them can be divided by. So in this case, the greatest common factor would be 4. Then I can add the parentheses where I put whatever is left over, which is the x, and then I can add 12 divided by 4, which is in this case 3. Another example of this is 3x, for example, plus 18. Here, the greatest common factor between the two would be 3, as both of the two numbers are divided can be divided by 3. So I can put 3 down here, then open a parentheses, and whatever's left over, x, I'll put it right here, and then 18 divided by 3, which is 6. But in the case where, for example, it's, for example, 4x is to the power of 2, and then it's plus 8, 8x. Both of these numbers can be divisible by 4x. So here the greatest common factor between the two would be 4x. So I can put 4x as the greatest common factor, and whatever's left here would be x, because this can also be as x to the power of 1, and in dividing uh, factors, we can just over the same base, you can just subtract them. So here what would be left is just x, and then 8x divided by 4x is just 2. So this would be fully factorized using greatest common factor. So for example, if I had 5x to the power of 2 plus 15x to the power of 3, here the greatest common factor would have to be 5x to the power of 2, because both numbers can be divided by that number. So here I would put 5x to the power of 2, and then open up a parentheses, and because nothing is left from the first one, I'll just put a 1, and then divide uh, divide the 15x to the power of 3 by 5x to the power of 2, which would just be 3x. So for example, if I had 2x to the power of 2 plus 4x to the power of 4, what would be the factorized form using greatest common factor? So if we try to solve it, we can find that the greatest common factor between the two is 2x to the power of 2. Why is that? It's because both of the two numbers can be divided by 2x to the power of 2. So the greatest common factor would be 2x to the power of 2. Then we can open a parentheses, and what would be left is just, we can put a 1, and then what's left here is just 4 divided by 2, 2, and then x to the power of 4 divided by x to the power of 2. What would be left is just x to the power of 2. So that's fully factorized using the greatest common factor.